cook. She got the recipe. She got what you need. That girl can cook. That black girl magic. I gotta have it. The way she work it. The way she whip it. She's so savage. She ain't average, yeah. You don't want none of this. But you do.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a couple of weeks, but honey, I am here, and it took me so long to decide to post this video or not because I had a little oopsie, but that's okay because players mess up too. All right, but today, as you can see, we are making lasagna roll-ups. These are very easy to make, a good family meal to have, super easy for a weeknight. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure you boil your lasagna. Okay, follow your package instructions, and then we're going to start on our meat sauce. So here I have some olive oil. It's probably best to use butter, or then you'll fall into the hands of what I just did. I was sitting around too long, let my pan get too hot, and boom, burnt onions. It's sad, but anyway, I'm adding some shallots. You can use any type of onion as much as you would like. I'm also going to add in some minced garlic to help give this a little bit of extra flavor, you know. But please don't burn your onions. Look at that. I burnt my onions. It's okay. We messed up. It's all right. So I'm going to add that ground beef right on top because, honey, you're not even going to taste it after a while. Now, if the garlic would have got burnt, then it would have been a different story. But we're just cooking up the ground beef. We're going to let that brown for a little bit until it gets completely cooked through. Then we're going to season it very well with some seasoned salt, a little bit of black pepper, some Italian seasonings, and feel free to use whatever you want. This is your lasagna. Okay, feel free to use whatever you want, but this is what I am using, and we're going to cook this down until it cooks all the way through, and then we're going to move on to the next step. All right, now our ground beef is cooked all the way through. It's completely brown. We're going to go ahead and strain some of this excess oil off of it. We don't want any of that. Then we're going to return it back to the same pan or pot that you were cooking it in. Okay, and now we're going to add in a 24-ounce jar of marinara sauce. It could be any flavor. If you make it homemade, go for it. It's all up to you. All right, and I'm also going to add in about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. It is totally optional. All right, I like a very thick sauce, a very thick, robust, tomatoey red sauce. Okay, if you're not into that, you don't have to add the tomato paste. You can definitely skip it. But we're gonna let that mix in well, and then we're gonna cook it down for about 15 to 20 minutes. Just let it simmer over low heat. All right, and then we'll be ready for the next step. Alrighty, so it's been about 15 to 20 minutes, and now I want to assemble my lasagna roll-ups. So I'm gonna add those to a baking sheet that they fit on, and then I'm going to put on a layer of this beautiful red sauce. It is very thick, and I love it like that. Okay, if you want to loosen it up, add a little beef stock or a little water, maybe even a little olive oil. That's up to you. Okay, you don't have to have it that thick, but I love it this way. So I'm going to add just a nice layer of that, not too much, and then I'm going to sprinkle on a little bit of grated Parmesan. Fresh Parmesan would be a lot better, but hey, this is what I have right now, so that's what I'm gonna use. All right, and then I'm gonna use some cheese. This is provolone and a mozzarella mix from Sargento. They have some of the best cheese if I'm gonna use shredded cheese. And then we're gonna roll this up. Okay, but you want to be extremely careful. This thing is hot. It's very hot, honey. I almost burnt my doggone finger off. So make sure you are careful with that. You can take a fork. It does get messy. Okay, it gets very messy, but don't worry about it because you can scoop all of that goodness right back into the lasagna mix once you're done. All right, so we have our lasagna rolled up and we are done. We are going to add just a little bit of the meat sauce down in the bottom of our lasagna pan because, honey, look, we do not want dry burnt lasagna. Okay, we want it to be cooked nicely, so we're going to add just a little bit of the meat sauce. Hey, if you don't want to do this, it's totally fine. All right, but this is going to help keep our lasagna moisturized, if you may. All right, so we're going to add in all of those roll-ups. This pan fits about 8 at the size that I have them, and then we're going to add in just a little bit of the meat sauce on top because, once again, We don't want dry lasagna, all right? Who wants to eat dry lasagna? Not me. We want a nice amount of that sauce everywhere, in between, on top, at the bottom. It doesn't matter. All right, then we're going to sprinkle on our cheese. Once again, I am using the Sargento provolone and mozzarella mixed. This cheese is so good for making dishes where you don't want to grate your own cheese and you need it to melt and you need it to brown. It is some of the best cheese ever. This is not a paid advertisement. I just want to say that because it's really good. All right, so I'm going to add in that layer, and then I'm going to cover this with foil, and I'm going to bake for about 8 to 12 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit until the cheese is slightly melted and brown. Sometimes you might have to take the foil off to get it a nice brown color. It just really depends on your oven. But check it out, y'all. Look at that. That's what you're going to get if you follow my instructions. I promise. A beautiful, delicious, tasty, wonderful lasagna roll-up, honey. Look at that. Perfect for a weeknight meal. So easy. Your dog can do. Matter of fact, don't let your dog cook your food, okay? But I'm just saying, it's so easy that anybody can do this, y'all. So good. And I want to thank you guys for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. And tell me what you think down in the comments if you try it out, okay? So, guess what? I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Bye.